Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Victoria 2. It's time to start a new series. I'm your lovely host, Calvin. And not really a new series so much as I'm going to retry my old one. Was, of course, my Greece attempt at restoring the Byzantine Empire. It did not go quite so well, I'm afraid. Not at all. Not at all. So I'm going to give it another shot. This isn't something that's necessarily impossible, but I've sort of come to develop a new strategy. And, we have a lot that we have to retake. Just immediately, if we have a look here at the diplomatic map mode, all the shaded green crap everywhere, that's our course. In addition to all that, we have to take the Aden region, I suppose, and the Hadavenggar. I thought it was originally called Izmir and Bursa, but I might be wrong. I think that was a long time ago. They've probably since changed that. So, those are regions here. And then, finally, once we do that, we can claim Thrace for ourselves. First step, of course, as always, is the Megali Idea, though, which requires me to own a lot of provinces, basically all of my cores, which give me cores on Thrace, Hudavennegar, and Aden. In short, Thrace, Nazer, and Minor. Of course, the completion of all of those objectives nets me the ability to restore the Byzantine Empire. That's the one. For some reason I was breaking out there. Alright, so we got 0. Okay, now we have 0 expenses. We can ignore this because I disbanded the armies. That'll update tomorrow. And in the meantime, that gives us a decent amount of income. Lets us get some tax money flowing. We basically start this in the worst conceivable position. We are poor as shit. We have very little land. And our only neighbor is the Ottoman Empire, who hates us. Well, actually, they don't hate us, strangely enough. Unsurprising, though. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to make a choice here. We have 3 countries here, all whom enjoy us. A fair bit. France, Russia, and the UK. Now, I have to make a choice as to who is going to be liked in Europe and who I want to support me. I can pretty much guarantee that neither Austria, Prussia, well, the Ottomans can't, nor Spain, the USA again, cannot support me in crises, so I'll have to make some decisions revolving around that. We're going to, of course, use our national focus point to increase the tensions for Flashpoint. Yes. That should do nicely. That gets us... Yep, okay. 8 and 6 is only 14, so tension will rise. It'll take a little while, but it will rise. First things first, technology, though. I think I'm going to start with mechanical production, because if we have a look here, our biggest creation is fruit, by a significant margin. Yeah. And the reason is because while this offers 15% to farming output, this offers fruit production 20%, fruit production 20%, so a total of 40% to fruit production plus to cotton, wool, and all sorts of other stuff. I'll probably get this second, don't get me wrong, but I like to start with mechanical production. It also enables us to start building whatever they're called, factories, machine parts. But it'll be a little while likely before we build a machine parts factory. A long while, probably. I have to look around here. Okay, so we have 1 piece of coal there, and 1 piece of coal here. We have no iron in at least our general core territories. I'm also counting this region as our core. Oh yes, I'd make a good Greeksman. Okay, we can do Vulton El Neon, or whatever the hell that is, which is pretty shit, not gonna lie. We're going to, however, put the Russian faction in power, please. Thank you. There. I want the Russian faction in power. Oh, newspaper. Hanover research, war between Brazil and Colombia. Chile goes to war. Chile and Bolivia. I guess that'd be the War of the Pacific. The Arc de Triomphe in Paris, commissioned by Napoleon Bonaparte, is done. Cool. I didn't know the Arc de Triomphe finished in 1836. I don't know everything, but, you know. Alright, so right now I'm just saving up money because I want to buy a factory. There's just 4 fruit there. That is part of the Adrian Islands, I believe? No, that is not part of the Adrian Islands. I thought that was. I believe, yeah, the Cyclades are. Ah, yes. They produce fish, so that's irrelevant. So we got 2 wheat, 2 cotton, and a fruit here. Interesting, okay. Well, with 4 fruit here, I think the obvious choice is the winery. I mean, there's just no reason not to. We got another newspaper. So I think we'll start with a winery. Something about Afghanistan and Punjab. Ships are becoming more yada yada. Benevolent Empire of the USA. Something something. I don't care. Okay, so the obvious call here is the winery. There's just no reason not to. Eventually, there we go. We have enough money. There. Cost us everything we own, but whatever. There. Done. And we took out a ginormous loan to do so as well. Of course. Let's immediately just repay the loan. Victoria is coronated. How nice. Alright, so that gets us started on our industry. We want to try and get a head start on that as soon as we can. How is tensions doing? 21%, okay. And climbing steadily. The Ottomans have lost some of their great power rankings, so that's speeding things up. It shouldn't be too long before a crisis fires, because I don't believe... Yeah, everything else is just ice cold right now. Nowhere else in the world can be a crisis except here, because I am investing in it. Mechanical production will soon be done. Good. Alright. But yeah, we need to try and pump up our RGO output significantly. That means everyone will make a little more money, and everyone will be happier. It's very important. Because any revolution at this point is pretty much a guaranteed win for them. I cannot hold them off. I have no armies, and I'm probably never going to have an army. Oh, lovely. Oh, sweet. I have to disallow public meetings. Very good. I don't usually do that, but... So, the reason that the Russian faction is now in power is because we actually don't have any wealthy people. That's right. We are that poor. For anyone wondering, we are that fucking poor. Immediately, though, I need to start pumping administration and education, since we've got ourselves a bit of a head start on our industry now. You know what? A fabric factory is not too bad. I'll just go do some math about that. Would a fabric factory be worth it? Let's see. I'm actually going to need a calculator for this. 2.5 is the current value of fabric. So, let's have a look here. Production. Attica. Alright. Fabric factory produces, we'll say 53 times 2.5. So, assuming it sells everything, $132. Cool. That's a good start. Alright, and the cost of the inputs, it requires, oh, that's going to be hell. Cotton times 2, and we'll say that times 15, okay. Wow, I can't do this anymore. Okay, so it requires 36, I know that off right at the bat, and 36, 60, 32, wow, that's pretty good actually. That'll be profitable. When the cost of raw materials is like 1/3 of your output, that's great. That means they only have to sell like 50% to be profitable. It's not bad at all. Start research on the practical steam engine. I'm not going to have to be touching railroads. Normally a lot of people do go for railroads pretty quick, and understandably. It's a good thing to go for. And once this is done, when will this be done? 42. Fine. Hey, we can build a machine parts factory. Alright. So how's that whole crisis thing doing anyway? 50%. Good, good. Great powers are at war. It's still climbing. Hopefully no more additional wars break out, but we really need to work on that whole diplomacy thing. The UK is probably going to be the one I'm going to hope backs me, so I'm going to have them. Bingo! So, we just started a crisis. The UK is attempting to acquire Thessalia, which is nice. The Ottoman Empire, the UK, as I expected there. They should be on the UK. They're pretty even. Yeah, alright, so Austria's in. Good. That'll probably mean we lose the support of Prussia, but... well, that's no surprise. Like I said, we definitely have the support of them. We definitely have the support of them. And we might lose France out. This might turn into the First World War. It's hard to say. Would be nice, you know, if Austria came through. They'll do it eventually. Good, things are heating up fast. There we go. Austria's on our side. There we go. Alright, so the UK followed through with us. I knew they would. So the UK proves to be a very good ally in this situation. I'm going to have to make sure that they want to support me in the future. Alright. Now, the problem is we probably just knocked the Ottomans... yeah, that's not great. So we knocked the Ottomans off their pedestal of being a great power by doing that, because they lost a pile of prestige. Which isn't great, but it's okay. We can work with that. The reason that's a bad thing is because if the Ottomans are no longer a great power, that means a great power will represent them. The USA can't. I'm not certain which of these guys would be willing to, if any, support the Ottoman Empire. Worst case scenario, people like Russia might. It could become a massive issue. Everything's fine. See? In the same article. The crisis is set in motion. Crisis averted. Greece expands. Remind me to fire whoever the fuck writes those newspapers. Quarantine. Which is good. Alright, so we got a good start here. We got some factories running now. I see. Very good, very good. Alright, things are going according to plan. Not terrible at all. Not terrible. I'm hoping to try and get a crisis before this. Before they lose their great power status. It's unlikely. But it might happen. Be really nice. A Temperance League. Excellent initiative. A little extra prestige here and there wouldn't hurt. But yeah, I'm trying to get enough population here that we can... acquire a second national focus. We only need to increase tension one place at a time. So if we get a second national focus, I can say national focus craftsman here, for example. Yeah, continue to improve our relations with them. That's important. Who would we want to try and antagonize into supporting the Ottoman Empire? I'm going to go with Spain. If Spain hates me a lot, then they're likely to support the Ottoman Empire in the crisis. So we're going to go with that. France is a lost cause, probably, with the... let's see, friendly... Hoping to see allies here. Here we go. Allied with the UK. Who's the UK allied with? Alright. Austria. That's really about it. I mean, Belgium's nice, but they're not a great power, so... The UK, if they back me, which they will, is good. France or Russia will definitely stay to my side. I don't even need to touch relations with them. Antagonizing Spain. I like it. And just top up our relations here with the old UK. Just to make sure. Good. Alright. Practical steam engine's almost done as well. Good. Okay. It's a good start. Now we can get idealism going. We have a lot of money these days. I hope there's something I can do with that. I don't really think there is. I could actually try getting an army, but what's that really going to do for me? I mean, I'm in the UK sphere. I don't have to worry too much about it. I'm going to try and avoid taxing the poor as much. That would probably help a lot. There. Reduce the taxes on the poor. That should help. Administration efficiency is climbing, as people can now promote into the middle class of bureaucrats, which is what I like to see. Whoops, apparently I'm not funding education. I'm retarded. I apologize for that. I should have been funding education. I cranked administration up, but apparently not education. I guess we'll need to tax the poor just a little bit. That's okay. Whoa, not that much. Yeah, there. That'll do. Alright. Good. Power loom, which is, I suppose, great, because we do produce some cotton in some provinces. And we actually produce a ton of wool, actually. Wow. 61 wool. I was not aware that we produce that much wool from 2 freaking provinces. Oh, it's all right there. There you go. Because we have so many people in Janina. Great. West Macedonia failed to enlist national interest. Decide back as in the current crisis. I'm unsurprised. You're currently at war, aren't you? Yeah, so Spain couldn't actually take part in the crisis. So there's no point in really going at it again. I'm just gonna sit back, you know, encourage some craftsmen for a little while. Say in Attica or something. Actually, Attica's a terrible place. This factory is far more profitable, and as such shall receive my blessing. We need to try and pump out some more workers for the factories. I'd like to start getting an industrial score going so I can get my rank up. Prestige would also be nice, but I'm not counting on it. Encouraging craftsmen ain't doing so well, though. Really trying. Part of the problem is there just aren't that many people here. Like, in order to fully fill this factory, it's pretty much going to require 20% of the population. You know, that's a problem. Here, though, what could we build with that wool, for example? What is built out of that? Well, a regular clothes factory, I guess. Liquor distillery. A liqueur distillery here would actually be alright. In my newly acquired province. Liquor is always profitable. If you can somehow make a liquor factory not profitable, you should probably never play Victoria 2. It's really just that simple. Yeah, we're fighting for 19th right now in terms of industrial power. Trying to get a few extra people here and there. I mean, we've since pretty much doubled the number of craftsmen here. But yeah. Dred Scott versus Sanford. Hang on. I'm interested in this. Let's read this. Dred Scott, born a slave in Virginia, has, with the help of abolished legal advisors, sued his owner, claiming that his present residency in a free state requires his emancipation. The United States Supreme Court ruled that this is, in fact, not the case, and effectively that the property rights of slave owners are protected regardless of where in the Union the slave resides. This case has caused enormous alarm among the northern abolitionists, who see this as the first step to a full extension of the institution of slavery in the whole Union. Yeah, that's not great. At least not for them. I mean, hell, I could have enacted slavery if I wanted to, but I decided not to. It was best. We actually have rich people now that we own Janina. Like this place here, 129k, that's a fifth of my population right there. And if we want to look around here, you know, Salonika is not terrible. That's a good place as well. Getting East Macedonia would be huge. Obviously for now we can't, but we can. Hey, we got an industrial point. Haha. 121 craftsmen. Yeah. We're almost there. Get all the way to 100 or to 1,000 craftsmen. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah. The Industrial Revolution this early is rather tricky to get. Hey, they hit 1,000. You can tell because that's half filled up now. Cool. I think we're going to put our dude in Thessalia, though. Our national focus when we can. That's going to be much more important. Alright, so this is a good start. Kind of. I would have heard that second crisis had gone somewhere, but it happens. Favor variant just a message for appointing representatives to the upper house. This will reflect well on our nation. There. An extra bout of prestige never hurts. Alright. I'm almost considering perhaps raising the taxes again and actually getting some military spending going. Try and get some soldiers. Not the worst idea. Also, uh-oh. Cuba, Spain, Cuba. Crisis over the liberation of Cuba. Russia-backed France, okay. Well, this is a problem. The law must be allowed. Take it Spain, and yeah, Spain's down. Sweet, the Ottoman Empire is back up there. Haha. Well, I can't do anything while there's a crisis going anyway. Either way, it's time to end this episode here. So once this crisis resolves, and the fate of Cuba is decided. How did that even fire anyway? Like, really? How did that fire? War justification 0.04. .04. That's nowhere near enough. That should not overcome the base decay. White peace, good. So that has come to an end. And the Ottomans are back on the Great Power list. That means we can take West Macedonia from them. How's our new factory in Thessalia doing anyway? Good, lots of craftsmen. Yeah, that's good. We're really starting to get some industrial power going here. I like it. Alright, so, thank you everybody for watching. As always, this has been your lovely, lovely host, Galvin, signing off.